It's late. You're not lying awake over anything important. You're replaying a 3-second moment from a conversation that happened 8 hours ago. The way their face shifted when you said that thing. The half-second pause before they answered. And now your mind is filling in the rest. Reconstructing the expression, reading the body language, deciding what it must have meant. You didn't choose this. It just started. Here's what no one tells you. This is not a weak mind. It's a powerful one. Sharp, perceptive, relentless. And at night, with nothing left to solve, it turns all of that force on the only thing left to work on. Your own day. The good news is, there's a fix. A specific one. And here's the strange part. It's 2,000 years old, and modern sleep scientists studying insomnia have quietly rediscovered almost the exact same ritual. First, what's actually happening, because naming it helps. Psychologists have a term for it: post-event processing. After a social moment, the mind goes back and reviews it, replaying your performance, reconstructing what happened, rereading every reaction. It's one of the most studied patterns in the science of social anxiety, and it shows up most in exactly the people you'd expect. The ones who care most, how they come across, the ones who notice the most. During the day, that sensitivity is a gift. It makes you thoughtful, careful, unusually good at reading people, but it doesn't power down at night. When the lights go out and there's nothing left to observe, that same instrument turns on the only material it has left, the day you just lived, and goes back through it in high resolution. Here's why it won't stop, and why just don't think about it is useless advice. When your mind replays an interaction, here's the part almost everyone gets wrong. You're not searching for what happened, you're perceptive. You usually already know how it went, down to the smallest detail. That was never the problem. The problem is what you do with what you know. You start to judge it. Why did I say that? Why did I react so fast? And then you start rewriting it. What you should have said instead. How you'll handle it differently the next time you see them. And that's the engine. Every pass spins up a new version, a better line, a smoother reaction, a scenario that never happened. The loop doesn't keep running because you can't find the answer. It keeps running because it keeps generating them, judging, rehearsing, revising, and it won't stop until something tells it the matter is finally settled. So how do you settle it? Researchers have actually tested that. In one well-known experiment, people were given an unfinished task, then asked to do something completely unrelated. The unfinished task didn't sit quietly. It pushed its way back in as intrusive thoughts, wrecking their focus on the new thing. An open loop, behaving exactly like the one keeping you awake at night. But then the strange part. When the researchers had people write down a specific plan for the unfinished task, just plan it, not do it, the intrusive thoughts stopped. Nothing had actually been finished in the real world. No work had been done. But to the mind, the matter was now settled, and the instant a loop is marked solved, it stops intruding. That's the whole mechanism. Sit with that, because it's the key the whole video turns on. You do not have to solve the day to be free of it. You have to give your mind somewhere to set it down. And 2,000 years before anyone ran that experiment, a Roman philosopher had already built the ritual for doing exactly that, every single night. His name was Sextius, and he had a nightly habit. At the end of each day, before sleep, he would put his own soul on trial. He asked himself 3 questions. What bad habit did you cure today? What weakness did you resist? In what way are you better? The philosopher Seneca read this and took it up himself. In his essay on anger, he describes his own version in remarkable detail. When the lamp is taken away, he writes, "And my wife, who knows my habit, has fallen silent. I examine my whole day and go back over everything I said and did." He even calls it, in his own words, pleading his case before himself, sitting as his own judge every night. But here's the part almost everyone misses. It is not punishment. He hides nothing, excuses nothing, and then he pardons himself. "I forgive you this time," he says. "See that you don't do it again." He weighs the day, renders the verdict, and closes the case. And then Seneca, tells us exactly what it brought him. The sleep that follows, he writes, is, and this is close to his actual words, how sweet, how calm, how deep, once the mind has had its hearing. Now here's what should give you chills. Today, sleep clinicians who treat insomnia prescribe a technique called constructive worry. It's in the program the US Department of Veterans Affairs gives to veterans who can't sleep. The instructions: earlier in the evening, away from your bed, write down each thing weighing on you and one concrete next step beside it. Put the day to rest on paper so your bed stops being the place your mind does its processing. 2,000 years apart, a Roman Stoic and modern medicine arrived at almost the identical ritual. They even agree on the strange specific detail. You do it before bed, not in it. So let's build your version. 3 questions, about 5 minutes, on paper, before you lie down. 1. What went well today? Small things count. A moment of patience, something you finished, a conversation that went perfectly fine. Especially the social ones your mind wants to file as disasters. You're reminding it the day held good, and not only threat. 2. What would you redo? Take the interaction you keep replaying and review it. Once. Honestly, but the way Seneca did it, without cruelty, what actually happened. What, if anything, would you genuinely do differently? What's the one lesson? Then pardon it and rule that you have looked enough. 3. What can tomorrow hold? Anything still unresolved, hand to tomorrow on purpose with a real next step written down. Not I'll keep worrying about it, but this has a place, and the place is not 2 a.m. That's the whole practice. What you've done is give the loop somewhere to go. The case has been heard, the mind can stop gathering evidence. This is why being told to just relax never helped. You cannot order a sharp mind to go blank. You're asking it to walk away from the case mid-thought, and it won't. It can't. So you lie there, failing to relax, which only makes you more awake. The review does the opposite. It doesn't ask the mind to stop, it lets it finish. It takes the thing your mind was so desperate to do, makes sense of the day, and does it, deliberately, all the way to the verdict. And a mind that is finished has no reason left to keep you awake. So tonight, try the 3 questions. Just once, on paper, before the lights go out, and notice what a perceptive mind does when it finally feels heard. If you'd like to sit with Seneca yourself, his letters from a Stoic are linked below. Take care of yourself. Close the day gently. Sleep well.